Why are you keeping me here for so long? What is it that you would impart to me? What do you want to tell me? Impart means tell. What do you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. If it's anything for the common good on one side, if it be aught means what? Anything. If it be anything, odd means anything. If it be anything toward the general good, that is for the common good, for the common good, set honor in one eye and death in the other, and I will consider to look on both of them indifferently. That means if you are wanting to tell me something which is regarding the common good of Rome, then even if you keep respect in one eye and death in the other, I will look on both indifferently, that impartially. Indifferently means impartially. It does not matter to me as long as the common good of Rome is concerned, I will look at both of them impartially. For let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
এখানে স্পিড মানে কি?
কোথায় স্পিড?
For let the gods so speed me.
হ্যাঁ বলছি, দাঁড়া বলছি, এখনো বলিনি তো।
আচ্ছা ক্যাসিয়াস, আই ডু ইউ ফিয়ার ইট কেন বলো?
কোনটা?
লাইন নাম্বার 81।
ডু ইউ ফিয়ার ইট, এইটা বলছো? এই ডু ইউ ফিয়ার ইট?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ক্যাসি তার আগে ব্রুটাস বললো না, ব্রুটাস লাইনটা কি বললো? বললো আই ডু ফিয়ার দ্য পিপল চুজ সিজার ফর দেয়ার কিং। মানে আমার ভয় হচ্ছে, আই ফিয়ার দ্যাট পিপল চুজ সিজার ফর দেয়ার কিং, বিকজ ব্রুটাস ইউজড দ্য ওয়ার্ড ফিয়ার, দ্যাট ইজ ওয়াই ক্যাসিয়াস took up that word, because he is so trying to manipulate Brutus to make him a part of their conspiracy. That is why he took that word of fear and said, oh, you fear Caesar accepting the kingship, that means you do not want it to happen. If you fear something, then what does it mean? You do not want it to happen. So if you fear Caesar becoming the king, that means you do not want it to happen. That is why he said, do you fear it, Brutus? Understood?
Yes sir.
So for let the gods so speed me as I love. So let the gods favor me. Speed means favor me. The word speed here means favor me. Favor, F-A-V-O-U-R. Favor me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death. Here the character of Brutus can be understood very well. What does Brutus says? He says that he loves honor more than he fears death. That means he is ready to sacrifice his life for the sake of honor. That is why Brutus comes across as an honorable man. In these two lines, Brutus says that let gods favor me as the one who loves the name of honor more than he fears death. Why should God favor Brutus? Because Brutus is an honorable man. How honorable man is he? He is one honorable man who can sacrifice his life for the sake of honor. He will choose honor over death. Means if he has to sacrifice his life also, he can do it, but he will save his honor. That he cannot compromise his honor, his sense of respect, he cannot compromise. He can sacrifice his life for the sake of honor. Cassius.
Does it mean that he has high sense of self-respect?
Yes, honor means self-respect. He prefers his self-respect to death.
He loves the public also.
That is a matter of afterwards.
But here it is written that it is a matter of general good.
General good means the good of Rome. His patriotism also comes across through these lines. General good means the good of Rome. For the good of Rome, he can even die, because and for also his honor also he can also die. These are the noble characteristics of Brutus. Cassius, I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus. Cassius says, yes, I know you have that quality in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor, and also very well I know your appearance. Outward favor means appearance. I know your appearance also very well. Well, honor is the subject of my story. What Cassius is doing here? Cassius is very cleverly taking one word from the speeches of Brutus. From the earlier speech, he took up the word fear and said, if you fear, that means you do not want this to happen. And from this speech, he picked up the word honor, because, well, honor is the subject of my story. The story which I am going to tell you. What is the theme of the story? What is the subject matter of the story? Honor. Because you are an honorable man, for you, honor is more important than your life. You can sacrifice your life for honor also. So I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief, not as lief to be, in awe of such a thing as I myself. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for myself, for my single self, for myself alone. For my single self means for myself alone. For myself alone, I had as lief not. As lief not means rather not. As lief not means rather not. As for myself alone, এই লাইনটা মানে লিখে রাখো, আন্ডারলাইন দিস, I had as lief not be as live to be in awe of such a thing as I myself. These two lines mean I would rather not live to be, I would rather not live to be in fear, I would rather not live to be in fear of such a thing as I am. I would rather not live to be in fear of such a thing as I am.
Sir, কিসের fear?
Huh?
কিসের fear?
I would rather not live to be in fear of such a thing as I am. I would rather not live to be in fear of such a thing as I am. Fear of which thing? Fear of being a slave. A slave of whom? The slave of Julius Caesar. That is his point. That I would rather not live. He would rather die than live as a slave of Caesar. That is the point of his argument. That even if he has to die, Cassius does not bother. But he would not live to be a servant or a slave to Caesar. Because if Caesar becomes the king, he will become a dictator. And Cassius does not want to live as a slave of that dictatorship. I was born free as Caesar. He says that he was born as free as Caesar is. So were you. You were also born the same, Brutus. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. We have been both fed as well as Caesar. Fed means eaten. We have eaten as nutritious food as Caesar has eaten. So we have both fed as well. Fed means eaten. We have eaten as well as Caesar has done. It is not that he has been fed something more, that protein drinks or something like that. Shubham can understand. So we have fed on the same dal roti rice and all the things, all the delicacies, whatever he has eaten, we have also eaten them. Now he will draw a comparison, an elaborate comparison with Caesar. And we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. Both of us can endure. Call him, he's absent minded. Concentrate, you are thinking something else. This passage, this today's lesson is little difficult, so concentrate, otherwise you will not understand it well. And we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. Endure means suffer or tolerate. We can both tolerate the cold, extreme biting cold of winter as well as Caesar can. So both of us, that means your and mine and Caesar's endurance power is also same. For once, what does Cassius want to prove here is that Caesar is in no way superior to them. Caesar is in no way superior to them. Now, what examples he will give to prove this point, that Caesar is equal to them, in no way superior to them? Then why should he become the king? For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber, chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" So one day what happened, once upon a raw and gusty day. Raw means very cold. Very cold. Gusty means full of wind. Windy day. The troubled Tiber, chafing with her shores. That means the water of the Tiber river. The water of the Tiber river was in great waves. That means the wind was very mighty wind was blowing. That is why chafing shores means raging at the shores. Raging. যা আছে আছে এক একটা বইতে এক এক রকম আছে, আমাকে মিনিং বলতে হবে না, আমি যেটা এক্সপ্লেন করছি শুধু সেইটা শোনো. Chafing shores means raging at the shores. So the water of the Tiber river was raging at the shores due to the extreme winds. Caesar said to me, Caesar came and told me, "Darest thou, Cassius, now leap in with me into this angry flood and swim to yonder point?" He, Cassius, हिम्मत है तुम में, चलो दोनों जाके उस water में, angry flood में, in that angry flood jump and swim to that point. That yonder point you can see, yonder point means over there, that point over there. Let's have a race. Do you have the courage? Let's jump into this angry flood. Do you mean by angry flood? That this kind of turbulent water, turbulent river. Okay, and let's swim to that yonder point. In this turbulent water, turbulent, in this turbulent, turbulent, in this turbulent water, let's jump, and our finishing point will be there, over there, yonder. Yonder means over there. Over there. ওই ওখানে. Upon the word, accoutred as I was, I plunged in. Accoutred means fully dressed. Fully dressed.
Our teacher told that he is angry. He is very challenged, accepting the challenge.
No, accoutred means fully dressed. Dressed as I was. He though did not come there for the swimming competition, otherwise so he would have come in swimming dress. So he was fully dressed like normal, but that did not matter. He was challenged, and Cassius loves challenges. He is as good as Caesar is, as daring as Caesar is, and to prove that, he plunged in. He jumped in the water and bade him follow, and told Caesar to follow. Come Caesar, follow, like this. So indeed he did. And actually Caesar followed. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. The torrent roared. Torrent means the strong current. The strong current of water. The strong current of water roared, and we did buffet it. Buffet means fight or hit. fight or hit at it with energetic muscles. Lusty means energetic, sinews means muscles. Lusty means energetic or strong or vigorous. Energetic or strong or vigorous. Sinews means muscles. Throwing it aside. Throwing what aside? Throwing the waves aside. With his muscular arms, he was throwing the waves aside, like Salman Khan. And stemming it with hearts of controversy. Stemming it, that is thrusting against it. Stemming means thrusting against. T-H-R-U-S-T-I-N-G. T-H-R-U-S-T-I-N-G. Thrusting against it with competitive spirits. Hearts of controversy means competitive spirits. Okay.
স্টেমিং মানে কি বললে?
Thrusting against. Thrusting. T-H-R-U-S-T-I-N-G.
পুশিং বলেছে সেকেন্ড।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ। But ere we could arrive the point proposed, thrusting or pushing দুটোই হবে। Pushing লেখা থাকলে pushing is also correct. But ere, because thrust itself means push. But ere we could arrive the point proposed, but before, ere means before. Before we could arrive to the proposed point, that is the point which was decided. Before we could arrive at the decided finishing point, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." Caesar started to shout, "Help me, Cassius, otherwise I will sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. So Cassius here comes across as a big bulbach, as it seems from his narration. Okay, he is talking very big, that I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor. Aeneas was the founder of Rome and the ancestor of all Romans. Aeneas was the founder of Rome and the ancestor of all Romans. Huh?
ট্রোজান মানে
Troy, of Troy. Trojan means of Troy, of the city Troy. Troy বাসিন্দাকে ট্রোজান বলে।
So what is
Troy is a city in Rome.
What is this Anchises?
Telling,
His father.
why are you in so much hurry? What did Aeneas do? He saved from the fire of Troy his father Anchises. Anchises was the father of Aeneas. So Anchises was going to be burnt in the fire in Troy. What did Aeneas do? Aeneas entered that fire like a hero and brought back his father, carrying him on his shoulders. Why is the allusion of Aeneas made here? Because Cassius compares himself with Aeneas. Cassius here compares himself with Aeneas. Just like Aeneas had saved his father from the fire, Cassius saved Caesar from the drowning in water. This is the point of comparison. Understood? Did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old Anchises bear, bear means carry, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. I also saved Caesar from the waves of Tiber. And this man is now become a god. And this man, this tired swimmer whom I had saved, he became a god to the Romans. And Cassius is a wretched creature and the real hero who had saved him. He became a miserable creature, a wretched creature, and must bend his body and must stoop before him. Bend his body means must stoop before Caesar, must bend low before Caesar to give him honor, to show a mark of respect. No, this is not acceptable. Cassius cannot accept it. It is too much. If Caesar carelessly but not on him, he had a fever when he was in Spain. Acha, sorry. If Caesar carelessly but not on him means if by chance Caesar just nods Cassius, just makes a gesture towards Cassius. What Cassius will have to do? He has to bow in front of him, stoop, because Caesar is now in a superior position. He is the hero of Rome, almost becoming the king of Rome, and Cassius is in an inferior position. So if Caesar nods on him, nods means moving your head as a saying yes. Nodding is a kind of gesture by moving your head. So if Caesar by chance nods at him, then what Cassius will have to do? He will have to bend his body. Bend his body means stoop before him. STOOP. Stoop before Caesar as a mark of respect. So is this? Yes, bow. Bow before Caesar. This is the wretched creature. A wretched creature here refers to Cassius only. He says himself because he is now in that inferior position. But he is not ready to accept that thing. That is why he is organizing a mutiny. That he will tell later.
So means Cassius trying to show his superior that.
Yes, Cassius is trying to prove his superiority to Caesar. To Caesar. Superiority to Caesar. He was superior to Caesar. And that Brutus, so he is telling it, narrating it so that Brutus comes in his conspiracy, becomes a part of his conspiracy. Not only to Brutus, but the readers also. We are reading it. And the audience also, who will, when the drama will be enacted on the stage.
Was Cassius and Caesar were very ambitious?
Yes, Cassius was envious. Caesar was ambitious. Cassius was envious. He was jealous of Caesar. More than ambition, it was his jealousy. Cassius could not accept the fact that Caesar would become the emperor of Rome.
So why did he save him from the flood?
Nobody knows that is truth or lie. That all seems to be big talk. He had a fever when he was in Spain. Another incident I am telling you, Cassius is telling. আরেকটা গল্প তোমাকে বলছি Brutus. একবার আমরা তখন স্পেনে, he was in Spain and he had a fever. And when the feet was on him, when the shiver came on him, when he was shaking in fever, I did mark how he did shake. I just noticed how he shook. কাঁপছিল, একেবারে কাঁপছিল জ্বরে. It is true, this God did shake. Yes, it is true. This God, now so he has become a God. He was shaking. His coward lips did from their color fly. His coward lips means his lips are coward, means Caesar is coward. He calls Caesar a coward. His coward lips did from their color fly means lips became colorless. Lips did from their color fly means his lips became colorless. Why? Because of fever. And that same eye, whose bend doth awe the world, did lose his luster. And that same eye of Caesar, whose glance, bend means glance, 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 glance or look, whose glance or look awes the world. Awes means makes the world fearful, scares the world, frightens the world. Did lose his luster, lost its shine. The eye had lost its shine. Luster means shine. I did hear him groan. Yes, I heard him groaning in fever. I heard him groaning in fever. Groan is a kind of sound you make when you are ill or when you are unwell or when you are scared, when you are in pain, that kind of thing. Cry in pain actually. Groan means cry in pain. Hey, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write his speeches in their books. Alas, it cried, give me some drink. Titinius. And that tongue of his, that particular tongue of Caesar, which asked the Romans to notice him. Mark means notice. With that same tongue with which he asked the Romans to notice him, that is, he asks for the attention of the Romans. With the same tongue or with the same rhetorics. Here, tongue also can mean speech or rhetoric. Here, tongue can also mean rhetorical speeches. Actually, it means that only here. Tongue, to normal tongue, it means only. Another meaning is rhetorical speeches. Rhetorical. 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 Rhetorical speeches. Rhetorical speeches means ornamental speeches. So, with that same tongue, using which he asked the Romans to notice him and write his speeches in their books, and he tells the Romans to write, whatever speeches he is delivering, he tells Romans to write them down, as later they will be heard as Kathamrito. যে আমি যা বলছি তোমরা এখন লিখে রাখো, পরবর্তীকালে এগুলো লোকে পড়বে. So write down my speeches, he tells the Romans. With that tongue, you know what he said when he was in fever? Alas, it said, give me some drink, Tinius. So like a child crying in fever, he was asking for some drink, for some water from his friend Titinius. Titinius was a friend of his. As a sick girl, so Cassius compared Caesar with a sick girl in his fever. So in his fever, his condition became as fragile, as vulnerable as that of a sick girl. According to Cassius, the condition of Caesar when he was in fever was as vulnerable as a sick girl. As vulnerable or as fragile or as weak, W-E-A-K. As vulnerable or as fragile or as weak as a sick girl. So he asked for some water from Titinius. Can you believe? Caesar, who is the god of Rome at present. Ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone. It really amazes me. I am surprised that a man of such a feeble nature, feeble temper, that is feeble nature, a man of such a feeble nature should succeed in getting to get the start of the majestic world. Start of the majestic world means to get the power of this world. I am amazed to see that a man of such weak nature should get the power of this world and bear the palm alone. That is, bear the crown of palm leaves. Actually, this palm refers to the crown of palm leaves given to a conqueror. The crown of palm leaves. Palm leaves দিয়ে তৈরি crown. Crownটা তৈরি হতো palm leaves দিয়ে. The crown of palm leaves, P-A-L-M, palm leaves given to a conqueror. So now Caesar will get that crown made of palm leaves and he will wear the glory alone. That means, how can such a man who was defeated by me in a swimming competition, his life was saved by me from drowning, and who in fever acts like a sick girl, how can such a weak man be the conqueror and the king of Rome? Is it possible? Is it suitable? I wonder. This is the meaning of this speech of Cassius. He wants to prove the inferiority of Caesar in front of everyone. Flourish of trumpets, a second shout. Another shout can be heard. Brutus, another general shout. I do believe that these applauses are for some new honors that are heaped on Caesar. So after the first shout, this was the talk done between Brutus and Cassius. Now another second shout is heard after this Brutus remarks that he believes that these applauses, these shouts are for some new honors which are being heaped on Caesar, which are being showered on Caesar. Heaped means showered. Which some new honors which are being showered on Caesar.
Doth means does.
Doth means does or do. Cassius, why man, he doth bestride the narrow world like a colossus. Cassius says, why man, he stands on top of the narrow world. Doth bestride. Bestride means stand on top. Stands on top of the narrow world like the colossus. Colossus of Rhodes. Colossus of Rhodes. RHODES.
Colossus মানে
বলে দিচ্ছি।
Statue of Apollo.
Colossus is the tall statue of Apollo in the harbor in the town of Rhodes. RHODES. The statue of Apollo in Rhodes. Its two legs were on either side of the entrance of the harbor and ships sailed between its legs. Yes. Okay. So this is Colossus, the tall statue of Apollo in the harbor in the town of Rhodes. So why is this reference made? Why is the allusion made? To show the great stature of Caesar, the status of Caesar, the height of Caesar, the stature of Caesar. As big as Colossus was, so such is the status of Caesar in Rome presently. To compare the great stature of both Caesar, Colossus is mentioned here. And we petty men, petty means unimportant, trivial, tucho. We trivial, petty, small, unimportant men walk under his huge legs. Just as the ships pass under the bestrided legs of Colossus, likewise we just walk under his huge legs. He is towering over all of us. And peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. And we just peep ourselves. We just peep ourselves. Peep means to look about. Peep about or look about as if we are looking for graves in which we might lie down and hide our dishonor. To find ourselves dishonorable graves means as if we are looking for graves. As if we are looking for graves in which we might lie down and hide our dishonor. To find ourselves dishonorable and peep about to find ourselves dishonorable graves. That means as if looking for graves in which we might lie down and hide our dishonor. Graves means what? Burial places where the dead are buried. As if looking for graves in which we might lie down and hide our dishonor. As if looking for graves in which we might lie down and hide our dishonor. So this is the work of them. But Caesar is like the Colossus standing over Rome. Men at some time are masters of their fates. Men at some time are masters of their fates. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars but in ourselves. Underline very important lines for extract for RTC. Very important lines for reference to context. The fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars but in ourselves. That we are underlings. The fault, Brutus, does not lie in our fortunes. Stars means fortune. It is not the fault of our fortune or luck, but the fault lies in ourselves because we accept that we are underlings. We accept that we are weak. We accept that we are subservient. Underlings means subservient, weak, or inferior. We have accepted this. That is why this is our condition. So it is not the we cannot blame our fortune. We have to blame ourselves only for this present degenerating, inferior, disgraceful condition of ours.
Sir,
Hmm.
is it simile?
No. Brutus and Caesar, what should be in that Caesar? See the two names, one is Brutus, one is Caesar. Keep the two names side by side. What is so special in the name of Caesar? Now he is inciting Brutus. He is trying to provoke Brutus against Caesar. What is there in the name of Caesar so special that he will be such a towering figure and we will be like the underlings? Why should the name be sounded more than yours? उसका नाम क्यों ज्यादा लिया जाएगा तुमसे? क्या है उसके नाम में ऐसा? What is there in his name that people will utter the name of Caesar more than your name? You are also as good as him. Write them together. Write them together. Yours is as fair a name. Write both the names together side by side. Here write Brutus, here write Caesar. See, both the names are as fair as to each other. Means equally beautiful. Both the names are equally fair or equally beautiful. Sound them. Sound them means pronounce them. Pronounce them. It does become the mouth as well. It suits the mouth also. Both the names suit the mouth equally also. The mouth which is pronouncing it. Write it down. Both the names are equally well written. Pronounce the names. The names are equally suitable to the mouth which it pronounces. Which pronounces the names. Weigh them. It is as heavy. Weigh them. Consider them. Consider the names. They are, or you can weigh them. Weigh means taking weight, measuring the weight. Weigh here means measuring the weight. Consider also can mean and also measuring the weight. Literal meaning is measuring the weight. Inner meaning is consider the names. Measure their weight. It is as heavy. Both the names are equally heavy. Their weights are also same. Conjure with him. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Conjure the names. Conjure the names means use them to call spirits. Do charm with them. Conjure means performing the art of magic. Conjuring means performing the art of magic. Conjure with the names. Then what will happen? Brutus will rouse a spirit as soon as Caesar. This start a spirit has a pun in this line. Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. This line has a pun. Here, start a spirit has two meanings. One is to raise devils. To start a spirit, the first meaning is to raise devils. Raise spelling R-A-I-S-E. R-A-I-S-E, to raise devils. Second meaning, to rouse men of courage. First meaning is to raise devils. Second meaning is to rouse men of courage.
Men.
Men, M-E-N. So Brutus can raise devils also, and Brutus can rouse men of courage also, as soon as Caesar can do. Now, in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this our Caesar feed, that he is grown so great? Now tell me, in the names of all the gods at once, what food, what meat does Caesar eat, for which he has become so great? Does he eat any special meat? Does he eat any special food which we do not eat? That he is so special and we are so ordinary? What food does he eat? Age, thou art shamed. Age means the present time. The present time you are, shame on you. The present time, shame on you. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. Rome, you have lost the people of noble blood. Earlier you used to admire the people of noble blood, but now you have lost the people of noble blood. That is why you are worshipping men of such inferior blood like Caesar. When went there by an age since the great flood? But it was famed with more than one man. Never since the flood of Deucalion. This flood here, the great flood means the flood of Deucalion. The flood of Deucalion. D capital Deucalion. 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 Yes, the great flood. According to classical mythology, you can just listen to it. Zeus determined to destroy the world because of the sins of men. He saved, because of their piety, one couple, Deucalion and his wife Pyrrha. So this one couple was only saved. Since then, the name of the flood was known as the flood of Deucalion. Just remember that this great flood is the flood of Deucalion. Okay. So never since the flood of Deucalion, but it was famed with more than with one man. That means since the flood of Deucalion, there has not been a single age without producing a great man of Rome. Since the flood of Deucalion, there has not been a single age. There has not been a single age which has not produced a great nobleman. Since the flood of Deucalion, there has not been a single age. There has not been a single age which has not produced a great man. At least one great man. In every age, Rome has produced at least one great man, if not more than one. Many to have produced at least one great man every age, but now such is the present situation of Rome that they are worshipping a man like Caesar, who is actually not a great man, according to Cassius. When could they say till now that talked of Rome that her wide walls encompassed but one man? When could they say till now who talked of Rome? Those that talked about Rome. Those that talked about Rome, that her wide walls were ruled by only one man. That her wide walls were ruled, encompassed means were ruled by only one man. Can the people who talk about Rome ever say that her wide walls, her means Rome's wide walls were ruled by any one man? Rome was never under a dictator. Being ruled by one man means what? Being under a dictator. Dictator means one man's rule. But Rome was never like that, because Rome was a republic. Rome believed in republican spirit. Then how is it happening in the present time that people are accepting the ruling of one person? So it is becoming a dictatorship. That is why shame on you. He started with that shame on the present Rome. That is the reason of shame on the present Rome, because the present Rome is accepting dictatorship in the form of Caesar. Earlier, it never happened like that. Now is it Rome indeed, and room enough when there is in it but only one man? Is Rome still Rome? Is it Rome indeed? That means is Rome still that Rome? Is Rome still that Rome? And is there room enough? Room means space. Is there space enough for us? Is Rome still Rome? And is there space enough for all of us when there is in it only one man? When there is in it but only one man, room enough or space enough for all of us? For all of us to add করবে, নাহলে মিনিংটা বুঝতে পারবে না. Is Rome still Rome? And is there enough space or space enough for all of us when there is only one man in Rome, that is Caesar? If so much importance is given to Caesar alone, then is there any space in Rome for people like us? That is the question he throws to Brutus. If so much importance is given to Caesar alone, then is there any space for us in Rome for people like us who are not so important like him, as him? Oh, you and I have heard our fathers say there was a Brutus once that would have brooked the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as early as a king. You and I have heard our fathers say that there was a Brutus. This Brutus is a different Brutus. This is Junius Brutus. Reference to Lucius Junius Brutus. This reference is made to Lucius Junius Brutus. Lucius Junius Brutus. Everyone's book should have the note. Reference to Lucius Junius Brutus, who was responsible for expelling the Tarquins from Rome in 510 BC. The Brutus in the play claimed to have descended from him. So in 510 BC, when Rome was attacked by the terrible aggressive Tarquins, then Rome was saved from their hand by this Brutus, this Lucius Junius Brutus. And the present Brutus in the story, in this context, is claimed to have descended from him only. That means being a successor of that Brutus.
Sir, who is Tarquin?
Tarquins were an aggressive attacking nation.
Barbaric tribes.
Yes, it was a tribe. They were a tribe who attacked Rome, and he saved. That Brutus had saved Rome. That would have brooked the eternal devil. Brooked means tolerated. Who would have even tolerated the eternal devil, the Satan? Devil is the villain, the Satan. The eternal devil, to keep his state in Rome, to maintain his kingdom as easily as a king. There was once a Brutus who would have tolerated the absolute devil. The absolute devil, eternal devil means absolute devil, to keep Rome a republic. That means he could tolerate the absolute devil to take his soul, but to keep Rome a republic. He could have sacrificed himself. That Brutus could have sacrificed his soul, could have sacrificed himself to that absolute devil in order to save Rome from the hands of the Tarquins. Such great a man that Brutus was. And now whom are we worshipping? This Caesar. Mark till here.